Transit option is now up and running. The Loop is a free shuttle and one of the state's first to use autonomous vehicles on public roadways. The shuttles operate 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., making a 20-minute loop around the northern side of Treasure Island. The shuttles are provided by Beat, an autonomous vehicle company out of Florida. Although autonomous, there is an operator on board to assist passengers and take over if the vehicle encounters any difficulty.
Let me see. Hey Kelly, I had a good day. It was a little busy. Hey Paris Blue.
Slowly, they can't take people to and from the new ferry terminal because they've caught
Ah, that's
a
stupid things.
traffic hazard. He says the idea was sold to businesses as a way to bring customers, but if the shuttle can't go all the way to the ferry, it can't get the customers to his winery.
It's not going to where it's supposed to go. So hopefully they'll come up with a solution.
And Loop is part of a 9-month trial, so the Treasure Island Mobility Management Agency.
So it's
is
autonomous
looking
bus,
for
like a
feedback
baby
to
bus.
See if it's a good fit. They're asking riders what they think about the service and what can be improved. The transit agency
Goes
says
around
they'll
the
continue
island,
that
Treasure
information going
Island.
forward to figure out what future permanent transit options will look like here on Treasure Island. In San Francisco, Christian Captain, KTVU,
They
Fox 2 News.
have two companies,
All right, the long-range model, as we sometimes do. We're gonna
Vimo
show that. You see the
or,
trough, right? I'll let you know what that
another
is,
one,
and I'll
and
find
the,
a way. The center's a little more
autonomous
offshore.
taxis.
That flow is staying
Hey,
in.
JR.
That's why it's humid.
How's it going?
That's why temperatures
Happy
have been
Thursday.
pretty
How was
warm.
Vegas?
Really, it's been about this humidity. See, getting sucked in here. So as we get into Saturday night, you see some of this. This is where Hillary moisture starting to pull in Sunday morning. And then you can see it
So on
kicks
the
in
weekend, LA is
Sunday
bracing for
afternoon.
like
That's an evening. That's a big event right there. If that goes down, that's
a tropical
4
storm.
to 6 inches of rain in a very short amount of time. If that happens,
The
A lot's gonna
riverfront?
happen, but that's
I-
the buzz
I don't
right
think
now.
so.
That
I'm not
model's
sure.
gonna move around a little bit.
Is that in the
That
bay?
storm is going to get pulled northward very fast as it gets closer to the Baja,
So it was 82 degrees
California
here
border.
today.
So we'll keep an
Which is
eye on
pretty
it. I
good.
think we'll have better timing.
Inland,
obviously, as we push
you're in the
through time here.
90s.
In the meantime, we have temperatures today. Cooler than yesterday, cooler than the day before, but it still felt pretty warm because of the moisture.
Still
and
foggy.
humidity
It's always foggy in the bay.
And then here's the fog, the humidity at the coast. Temperature.
Yes, I did.
You see a little more-
Awesome. So now I kind of know who I'm talking to.
And,
Right?
temperature's down a few degrees.
Yeah, I did. Thank you for that. Charlotte, yeah, sent me a picture. So that's awesome.
That's the deal. And I showed it to you in the long range model. It's all establishing itself down here, but it's coming up over the top.
Oh, the Russian River? Well,
Cal Fire fits. There's not necessarily dry lightning, but it's a lot.
I've been to the Russian
There's
River
been a lot of lightning
around
over the last 3 or
Garberville,
4
not
days,
Garberville,
so it's
but
continued. So we see some of
Guernsville
this coming up from
and-
Madera, and then all the
Is
way
it
up
Forest
into-
Ranch?
to just east of San Jose, kind of over by Mount Hamilton, the other side of Mount Hamilton. This little cell here. So we
Yes, good stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just like it was last night. So this flow is
Cheers.
stays put, and the moisture just comes spinning around it. This pattern.
Hey Joe, so
Interesting. You know, what's interesting?
Did you have a good time in Vegas?
A lot of things interesting about what's interesting is how long it's lasted. Typically, we see a pattern like this in a couple days, but this thing has been going for the whole week, and it's going to go right into the Bay Area weekend and beyond.
So I went to the
early
pot
next
store
week,
today.
And that's where
So.
that, Hillary, which is now a Category 3 hurricane, is going to get.
we got this
potentially
bubble
the
gum.
moisture
I
from
like
the
this
hurricane.
thing
The
because
moisture
it
from
tells
the
you
hurricane
what
is gonna
strain
be
it
pulled
is. It's
into
like
this
bubble gum. What
here
am I
into the
smoking?
flow,
Like
and that's what we're
chewing gum?
concerned about for Southern California.
But it tells you
For us, a few scattered showers possible. And
the
that's
genetics. It says
we can make
lemon
it work for us
haze
as we go through time. Right now, it's
plus
moving
Girl
more
Scout
towards Southern
cookies. So I like
California.
Girl
I'll
Scout
see you
cookies.
back here
I would
in
rather
a few
just
minutes,
smoke
and we'll
Girl
update
Scout
that
cookies.
forecast.
All right, we'll
But
check in with you then, Bill. Thank you.
we got the lemon haze stuff with the Girl Scouts, so we got this one. That GMO was really good. Tool update. Well, I don't know where my saw is. It's probably buried. But my saw's around here somewhere. I need to find it. Aaron C. Hey, Greasy, cheers.
We love them out there, man. That goes for all the quarterbacks, though. You know, they're all out there competing.
So
against
we're
each
gonna
other,
smoke
making
some
each other
pot.
better Each day, we've seen all 3 quarterbacks.
It's a good thing they said we'll take a deposit. I'm gonna go to the bike store tomorrow. I have to actually go out and get some money. So when I go to the bike store, I could, you know, I go to the bike store after work. I saw another bike that cost more money.
And it's not just a Bay Area problem. Southern
But,
California leaders are getting some extra help now to go after organized retail theft. The implications of a boost in
I don't think I'm going to go for that one because that one's, it's going to be another week's worth of work.
It's also going to be windy.
Updated all morning long. Staying focused on Bay Area weather.
I don't really need like a professional bike. I just need a one that's reliable. So I did the thing between Giant and Trek. And I went to the Trek website, right? But you know these Trek fuckers. Trek is an American company. Giant is Taiwan, right? But they use better components. But you know Trek is more well known, and they have parts. They want to go faster, and the bikes look nicer. But Giants also make Trek frames, so you can see a lot of them. But the thing I didn't like about the website is they're like, okay, you want $15,000 for? I'm just looking for an average bicycle, and it's hard for me to find one in my price range. You're trying to sell me the ones that cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's like, fuck that. We're just gonna stick with Giant. But I just wanted to see. Hey, Abbey Road. So we'll put a deposit. We'll order my bike. I'm not gonna go for the more fancy one. I'm just gonna get the same kind with all the bells and whistles, better parts. I need to call my bike store tomorrow and go exactly what kind of bike did I get, because they have a 1, 2, and 3 and a 4, and I believe I got the low end, which is a 4. But they did said that Giant uses higher quality parts, which is really what you want. Like, I'm not entering the race, but if I'm in the forest or in the mountains or something, you bet your ass I want higher quality parts. I don't care how pretty the bike looks. And all those professional bike riders can maintain their bike. I don't maintain my bike worth shit, so I want to make sure that I can beat it, like just pound the shit out of it, and then keep on, keep on moving. So we're watching the news. We're probably going to listen to music in a minute, drinking some beer. You know, I actually felt better because usually when I get off work, I go get a beer and bother around. So noticing, trying to save some money, 6 beers a day. I feel a little better just drinking 6. Drink 8 or 10, I think it affects my body a little more.
But guess what? It's working.
President Biden continues to flaunt his economic agenda.
That economics, Bidenomics is bullshit. Gas is $5.20. A signature part of his plan. What kind of Bidenomics? Right? Mortgages with the interest rate, I think they've hit a record high.
For instance, while consumer prices were up last month, overall inflation is easing. That's kept shoppers in stores with retail sales.
Yeah, gas is going up. It's $5.20 at 7-Eleven. We're now talking Shell or Exxon Mobil or 7-Eleven gas. Right?
Meanwhile, many
it's a failed economy act.
A recession, but a positive trend has yet to boost Biden's image with voters. A recent AP poll finds only 36% of Americans approve of Biden's handling of the economy. That's even lower than his overall approval rating.
Right.
Have gone up, inflation and everything. I'm doing fine, but our salary increases do not match the inflation.
Terrible. We need to go to work, come home. That's all I can do.
And another record-breaking hit to the wallet
just live to go to work now.
30-year fixed-rate mortgages have now reached their highest level in over 21 years.
See, mortgages.
In Washington, Rebecca Caster,
Highest
Fox News.
in 2 decades.
This is KTVU Fox 2 News at 6.
A stabbing at a high school in San Jose less than 2 weeks into the new school year. 2 students are hurt, and now police are looking for a suspect.
I didn't really see much, but I seen them like fighting or whatever. And then
San Jose is pretty
the boy
hardcore
walked
there.
off and he was bleeding. But that,
So what's everybody doing?
Those stabbings prompted administrators.
Toronto gas is $1.70 a liter. It's $5.20 on the corner over here. Well, good for you.
There was not a whole lot of information about what was going on, as students were told to stay in their classrooms.
we were just in class and we got a code blue, and everybody was wearing.
You look like
gloves
kids,
at
12th
but
grade.
Nobody really knew until later on. They said that somebody got stabbed.
Sierra Rio says the so-called Code Blue is well known to students, and they knew what to do.
No, we just sat in the classroom. That was it.
And then how did they eventually get you out? What happened?
They like announced on the announcement saying that like each class can like leave, you know?
Throughout the
Yeah,
afternoon,
it's sad.
multiple San Jose police officers
Hey,
remained
Joseph.
on scene at James Lick High School. At one point, officers could be seen walking methodically through one of the parking lots, possibly looking for evidence. Groups of school staff could be seen being moved around the school campus.
Well, you know,
under escort.
it seems like nothing's
10th grade
perfect.
student
It just
Audrey
seems like
Cortez
everything's
says
going to
she
shit.
saw several boys
You know?
fighting by the school gym. Tell me what you saw.
I didn't really see much, but I seen them like fighting or whatever. And then I guess the boy walked off and he was bleeding, but that, yeah.
For now, the incident had a gym. Tell me what you saw.
I didn't really see much, but I seen them like fighting or whatever. And then I guess the boy walked off and he was bleeding, but that, yeah.
For now, the incident has rattled students, and they are
Looks
not
like
sure
it's
what
Hispanic.
the next steps are
A lot
in
of
terms
Hispanics,
feeling safe
San
on
Jose.
campus. So you see a student with blood.
California is
What's
like
going on at
Mexico.
this point?
No, I was kind of like I don't know. I was nervous. I was shocked. It was scary, yeah. I don't know. It's just like you're supposed to feel like safe at school.
As for the conditions of those students, police say one suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
Hey, Gary
The
V.
other did receive
All right, we're gonna
life-threatening
smoke some pot.
injuries,
Just give me a
but
minute.
has been stabilized.
We have
Reporting from
the
James
bubble
Lick,
gum number
San
9.
Jose, I'm Mark
Okay.
Smith, KTVU
That's what
Fox 2 News.
Number 9 bubble gum.
And we have an update now on the San Jose police officer who was shot in the line of duty. According to authorities, she remains in critical but stable condition. She was shot in the upper body outside her protective vest. The police department posted a statement online today expressing gratitude for an outpouring of support that it's received from the community. As we have been reporting, the shooting happened yesterday morning while the unidentified female officer and her partner were responding to a domestic disturbance call. Chief Anthony Maddock called it an ambush. The suspect, 44-year-old Gabriel Carreras, was arrested after a 4-hour-long standoff. He is set to make his first court appearance tomorrow for arraignment at the San Jose Hall of Justice.
A major announcement from the U.S. Attorney and the FBI today. Several current and former Antioch and Pittsburgh police officers have been arrested, all accused of civil rights violations. KTVU crime reporter Henry Lee has more tonight on the long list of federal charges.
Collectively, these 4 indictments describe a group of officers who acted as though they were above the law.
9 current or former Antioch and Pittsburgh police officers arrested and indicted on federal charges after a lengthy investigation by the FBI.
The indictments unsealed today paint a picture of officers who have violated that oath.
The officers were named in 4 indictments.
Law enforcement officers are sworn for a reason. We bear a tremendous responsibility that the police are coming lawfully and in keeping with the Constitution.
Antioch officers Eric Rombo and Devin
And Ron DeSantis wants to defund the FBI.
excessive force or less lethal weapons.
That's like defund the police. It's like, are you fucking...
Former Antioch officer
fuck is wrong with you? You want to be the president?
aspiring to distribute anabolic steroids. Antioch Canine officer Marquesa.
You mean you want to be like Russia or China? Authoritarian, or whatever the fuck it's called. All right, let's smoke some pot. Chill out. You want to hear some music? That's right. cops.
Today's arrest was demonstrative of the issues that have plagued the Indiana Police Department for decades. These officers were arrested across the country, including in California, Hawaii, and Texas, where they were able to grand jury violence. There was strict.
Alright, that just shows you California, Texas, all fucked up. What about New York? Chicago, Atlanta. Have a coupe and get away with it. Right? Santa's, what up? Fuck it. Good. Alright, let's try this. So, it says it's mixed with Girl Scout cookies. And I like the lemon pot because sometimes it has a hint of lemon. Not too much, but I think it's really good if you get something that, like, pure tastes like lemon. COVID, yeah, COVID was a big challenge. It put a big dent. Oh, the stupid thing is skipping. Well, now we got a new kind of COVID, and they're going to have new kinds of vaccinations and stuff. I don't know if you want to get the latest one, because they're supposed to have a new one coming out soon. So this is a song that was stuck in my head. I couldn't remember. I didn't know the name, but I found it. Be nice if I could turn it up. Hey, Gary Pete. Well, I don't know if it's rock, it's dance music. Well, California's kind of weird. Like, you know, I don't know where you live, but say you need to drive it like hundreds of miles to put it in your gas station. Here we got the port right here, Oakland, Long Beach, major ports. So to get the gas from the port to the gas station, oh, that'll cost 3 times. Doesn't matter if you have to drive all the way to Ohio. It's going to be much cheaper. So I don't know how that works, but you know, people will do it if they can get away with it. And you know, they think all the people here in California have money or something. They're so full of shit. We have a lot of rich people, but that's only a small percentage. You know. So they really jack it up here. So California, it strips away your freedoms, and it's something else. And a lot of people, are over California because the taxes are too high. It's like you get taxed up the ass. If I want a beer, guess how much tax that is? That's $5 cents tax for that bottle. Haven't recycled it. 5 cents is taken off the top each bottle. A bigger Heineken, a Gatorade, that's 10 cents. Yeah. Cigarettes, they passed a law, so it's just not your federal tax or state tax. You have a $2 tax. God knows where that money goes. Right? And Californians are so dumb, they voted for that shit. Right? A bunch of people that don't even smoke. I mean, it sounds good. But me as a smoker, let's just say I die of lung cancer tomorrow. Where's that $2 every day for a pack of cigarettes for healthcare? How's it going to help me? Where does it go? You never hear them doing anything with it that's so, like, fabulous, doing the right thing. Right? So I like California because I'm from here. But I get why other states go, oh, you're from California, you're a fucking weirdo. Because, yeah, I vote for stupid shit like that. Think money just grows off trees? We all have money to, fund your yacht or something? Because I don't think it's going into nobody's anti-smoking campaign. It's going into someone's fucking yacht. And they're probably doing the same thing like all the other rock stars and movie stars do, right? Fucking a bunch of hookers and smoking like 7-gram rocks. Doing whatever kind of drugs. Right? Get the fuck out of here. Right? So they really stick it to you here in California. And then people that have property are not too happy because they stick it to you when it comes to property tax and all that stuff. And then we have so many rules and regulations, and you need a permit to wipe your ass in the state. But if you have money, I would think it's a place to, I'm kind of burnt out of the big cities. When I was young, I was like, it was cool, but so, for me, I can function, but it's like it's gonna take me 3 weeks to save my money, almost a month, just to get a bicycle and keep functioning. Yeah. And let's just say, if you have a family or a wife or a girlfriend or something, good luck. Your girl's gonna have to work. It's not like back in the day where the man goes to work, the girl, takes care, cleans the house, does whatever. Those days are long gone. Because one person, right, has to have like a $200 an hour job to take care of if you got a girlfriend or something. If you have kids, yeah, double it. The real estate is really expensive, but the poor state has went to shit, so things are closing. Like, you're not going to even have a business anymore. You're going to have to go to eBay or Amazon. It's all going to be digital. The fucking drone's going to bring it to you because you can't even go out to a mall anymore. Right? And I think that's going to be more, you might think it's easier, but I think it's going to be more restricted because we're just going to lose that much more freedom. Hey, Charlotte, happy Thursday. Hey, bunny. So, but me, I've worked, so a lot of the people I work with are all Republicans, right? When it comes to retirement, they're like, we're getting the fuck out of California, you know. And I don't know how much cops make or whatever, and got like above average job, and still not happy with, you know, the way things are run here in the state. So this spot's alright. I like the GMO Crasher better. This doesn't really taste like Girl Scout cookies to me. I think it tastes a little more lemon something. It's alright. The other stuff I like because you can smoke half a joint and put it out. This one I think I'm going to smoke all of it. But it tastes good. You know, I'm stoned. Alright, let's hear another song.
Over the last 10 years, I've applied to this baseball game.
The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. Or get your 100% APR 2023 2.7-liter turbo upgraded to Sierra Lighting elevation models.
So the fucked up thing about it is, you know, geography. Wherever you live, your community and stuff, and that's how you kind of get, you know, brainwashed or inbred, you know, training thought process. Because I think when people came here, it was taxation without representation. They wanted to escape all the tax. So, you know, smokers, non-smokers don't like smokers. They're like, oh yeah, let's stick it to them. So it used to be $5. You think it's $7? No, it's $10. That $2 tax. Believe me. Plus, yeah, if I want a pack of Marlboros or a pack of Camels, it's over $10 now. It's like 11, 12 fucking dollars. So you're all inbred and you think that, oh, that sounds like a wonderful tax. Well, how has it benefited anyone since you voted it into law? Right? I thought you would be more basic and humble and go like, no, we don't need another tax, less tax. Like, like, okay, tax. Asian sounds wonderful. Where do I sign? And I think that's how Californians think until they get older and they go, we're just getting bent over. Unless you're rich or half-ass rich or something, got some money, like whatever. And that's how people think. Oh, sign me up. It's just another tax. That money ain't benefiting a fucking thing for whatever it said on the fucking thing. It's literally someone's got a brand new fucking Mercedes. It could be a Lamborghini or whatever. Something. You know, it's not cheap fucking hookers and doing cocaine on a daily basis, and you think these rich fuckers don't do it? And then people that care about money, they're usually into investing dollars and cents. It sounds like fraud to me. And I'm sure if you ask a bunch of first graders, well, I'm kind of old. Well, you pick up a bottle, you take it to the thing, they give you 5 cents. Right? You're all happy because you're a little kid. You go, oh, that sounds wonderful. It seems like we got benefits in life. You know, like a little reward or something. In today's society, you got to pay for it first. It doesn't matter if you recycle it. You'll never see that 5 cents again. It's going in someone else's hedge fund or something. What kind of shit is that? And it's been that way forever to where it's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. I beg to differ. Yeah. Work was good. A little busy today. So I have a couple things to do, but I stayed ahead of the game. But bouncing around, and I did pretty good. You know, there's only so many hours and, you know, so many things you could do. But I like my job. I plan on going on a road trip once I get laid off. But, you know, hopefully they might go, hey, you know, we got another project or something. But with this company, I work for a temp agency, but I've worked with them enough to where they usually will give me a gig that's, you know, that's happening because they know I'll stick it out. show up. I don't know how many people went through this job. This job is, I think it started 5 years ago and had some holdups or whatever, but they've been pounding it for 2 years now. Steve worked there. You can't fucking, he's a good worker. I think he just probably drink too much, or who knows. Run his mouth. But it's like, this other guy, Raz, he was a bronze medal boxer in the Olympics or something. A little crazy, but like, you can't run the elevator, fucker. Right. They were bringing in all these cabinets like a month ago, and you know, the elevator guy, he's new like me. You know, he's been there around the same time, a little longer than me, but we're brand new. So the other guy, when I first started this job, it was funny as shit. They said, you do more work than a couple hours than that guy did all week. Right? And people, you know, I'm kind of old, so I don't drink, I don't smoke pot at the job site. I just try to do whatever you tell me to do and do the best I can and try to pick it up and move on and do a little more. I mean, I do have the keys. I don't have them with me, but I have access to a set of keys. I have all the codes, so I get to lock it up. I don't open it up, but the other one, it was a trip. I had all the keys to the job site, like in a month. And everyone's all, you got the keys? Like, yeah. What, is there something wrong? Like, everyone's all like, shocked. What in the fuck? Are you on the COVID fund? Do you get a free check? The fuck is your problem? That's why I wish I would have stayed in Orange County, because worked for the same company in Orange County. These motherfuckers, they're like me. They're down and out. Someone's going to take my job. They want to work. You know, they don't want to fuck off. Everyone kind of fucks off in their own way. Some more than others. But do your job. You know. Yeah, you go to the same company I work. I go to Orange County. I got competition. Here, I don't feel like I have any competition. There might be a little bit. No, I'm just a laborer. I'm a trash guy. So I just trash duty and try to keep it clean. The other one, because you know the bosses like me here too, but the other bosses were really cool. They really liked me. They did give me 2 gift cards here. And at the other one, they gave me 3. So, a little appreciation. And that's the one thing you want, you know. Just, like, you know. You don't want to work for a slave driver or someone that shows no appreciation and stuff like that. Because then you feel like, you feel worthless and you feel like shit all the time. So, it's a good thing. I'm blessed on this round to work. I guess I have 3 bosses. I have 2 bosses, and 1 boss is her boss. And I've talked to the developer or whatever, just said hello. Was smoking a cigarette, right? Because it's supposed to smoke off the job site. But it's my break. And I'm still working, and I'm smoking a cigarette outside on the street. But I'm working. And he's all, no smoking, right? Because I'm like, well, I'm on my break. And he's all like, no problem. Weird fucking job. I never had so many breaks in my life. But California state law, you get, every 2 hours you get a break. It fucking confuses me. Because I need a watch and I got to pay attention every 2 hours to go break someone so they can have a break. The other one's the same thing, but we never paid attention to the fucking breaks. We got a lunch break, that 15 minute, I got shit to do. That 15-minute break is going to interrupt me. And then most people, the guy I work with, 15 minutes, he's on time. Lunch, half an hour, he's on time. Like, every other person, that 15-minute break turns into a half an hour or an hour break. So you got more breaks than you're working. Yeah. So I like it because it makes my day go by fast, but it interrupts me because I'm doing shit and then I got to take a break. It's like, what the fuck? So I'm not complaining. I like it because it makes my day go by fast, but I'm not used to it. Hey, house. Well, I think I want to go to the pot store because they said they got 40% off something. And I don't know when Labor Day is. When I worked at the resort, that was the end of season. So Memorial Day is like pretty much pre-summer opening of, you know, the season. Labor Day is pretty much when you shut the resort down because the snow is going to come. They do stay open, so they had cross-country skiing, which I never did. You know, but people would come up for that. And we have a national park, so that kind of gets shut down. Sometimes you can't get to the top because there's so much snow, it doesn't melt off till July, right? This year in Mammoth, which is in the middle, but kind of on the east side of the state, so the middle of California on the east side, we got Mammoth Mountain. They had snow till a month ago. Like a month ago, if I, like on a regular year, if I go to Mammoth, I get to ride a bike on the ski lift, take you up the mountain. You get to ride a bike down the mountain. This year, because there was so much rain and snow, it was open until like a month ago. Can you believe it? We have to pray for snow. Tahoe usually gets snow. That's the one. It's a little further north on the, I believe it's the tip of the Sierra. It could be Cascade Range. So I don't really have any plans. My plan is to get a new bike, and then I'm going to save some money. I'll try to save some money because I won't have that much work. I would hate to kind of bounce around, try to make some money, and I don't know if I want to. I don't mind, you know, if I land something else, but I kind of feel like I want to go on another road trip. When the job runs out, and you know, I want to go to Humboldt. I really like Humboldt, and all my junk's up there, and you know, I got a horse and a dog, and you know, imaginary girlfriend and stuff. So I miss that shit. You got killer bike trails, you got the ocean. You know, we have it here too, but you need a motor. You have rivers, which I'm all familiar with. Not, you know, but yeah. And there's not too many lakes. When I worked at the resort, the lake was 20 miles away, and I would have to go get Heineken's because they didn't have Heineken's at the resort, so you gotta drive 20 miles, right? But we're at the lake. We lived on that lake. Me and Dr. Cushman went there. We hit golf balls actually into it, and then the fire came. But I believe the pockets of the communities are still there. It's just the forest is gone. That's about an hour north of Paradise. Paradise had a brutal fire. 84 people, entered the spirit world, and not too many, like a real warning. One way in, one way out, or give or take, Same thing with what happened in Hawaii. But their death toll is going to be in the thousands. Right now, they're counting it up, and they're at like 111 or something. There's 1,000 people missing. Do the math. It's been a week. It's not like a collapsed building where after a week, then you go, okay. Yeah, no. So, this one is a really big deal. Just like when we have earthquakes, it's not like Turkey. I don't know how many people died in Turkey. Because their buildings and stuff, and like, different. Thousands of people die. Humboldt is, for me, it could be shorter, but I'm just saying 5 hours north of San Francisco. Right? It might take me longer, but give or take, it's about 5 hours north of San Francisco. So California is a big state. People go, oh, San Francisco, it's kind of like that, but no, it's the middle of California. So you got Southern California, it's a big state, you could divide it. You could have Northern California. So I'm just saying around Sacramento, which is pretty much next door to San Francisco. So, Southern, it might be a longer drive to get to Mexico, but we have a little, good pocket of land up here in the northern part of California. So, let's just say San Francisco. So, you have San Francisco County, right? You have a big old bay, right? Then you cross the bridge and you go north, you're in Marin County. Napa is on the other side. And then, I believe Petaluma has a county, I'm not sure. But you have Napa County. And then so you have Marin. No, I'm sorry. You have Marin County. I'm not sure if Petaluma County is in there, but it pretty much goes Marin. And then it goes Sonoma. So I think Petaluma is still Sonoma County, if I'm not mistaken. So you got San Francisco County, which is, the city. You cross the bay, you're in Marin. Napa's on the side, right? Keep going, you're in Sonoma County. I live in Sonoma County. So we're on the north, where the North Bay starts. And then you keep going and you have Mendocino County. So Mendocino County is one of the tri-states for growing pot. And then you have Humboldt County. And believe it or not, once you get to the end of Humboldt County, you still have one more county. It's called Del Norte. Del Norte County. And then you hit Oregon, the Oregon borderline. So I've had some of the best times in my life in Humboldt, and I miss that because I want early retirement. Right? Humboldt County makes me feel like early retirement or some shit. Hi, Rez. How's it going? So, Humboldt's, Sonoma's a good-sized county. Mendocino's a good-sized county. They're all, so, it takes, I don't know, an hour or two to get through a county. And the roads, because the forest starts, like, we're in Santa Rosa. So then you have Healdsburg. You're still kind of in the suburbs. Once you get past that, you're in Ukiah. So Ukiah's like a suburb, but that's where I think it starts. Like, where there's land. We have land here, right? In LA, you try to ride your bike on something where it's not concrete or something. Good luck. You can do it. I mean, there's places, but for the most part. So we got farmland around here. People have animals. They got moo cows. They got horses. They got sheep. They got billy goats, llamas, like all kinds of stuff. It's really, really cool. Not here. I'm not sure how far Tahoe is. It's a couple hours, but it snows up in the Tahoe region. It's got to be kind of far because it's the Nevada border. When we did get this winter, you could see snow on some of these ridges. I don't know the elevation, but the snow dipped down pretty low. Because my experience, snow it could start 2, but around 5,000 feet. Monterey County, yes. I actually have a little experience because I spent a couple weeks there. Yeah. So I did that. I went to the Monterey Pop Festival, like 25th anniversary or something. And they had, different members of different bands to redo the thing. A bunch of Jimi Hendrix impersonators. And I don't know how the Doors got signed up because they never played Monterey. So got to see Ray Manzarek, got an A+ picture, Robbie Krieger, and other members. It was great because I saw someone I knew from San Francisco. What's his name? Red Eyes. His name's Red Eyes, right? So I was dating Susie. So I was dating this girl, Susie, and she would come pick me up in the Bay and wherever I want to go, she'll take me and go up north. So Red Eyes is all like, we're going to Erkans. I said, we could give you a ride. He said, don't worry, just drop me off, right? I'll get in. And he got in. So I think he remembered that. And so went to Erkans and it was great, right? But he was kind of sucking ass a little bit. So we kind of babysat a little bit. But when I went to Monterey for the Pot Fest, I didn't have any pot. And then we saw this fucker there. We're like, hey, what's up? Like, hooking me up fat, like Humboldt County. Like, fucking sack of nuggets. We're like, fuck. It's great. Camped out in Monterey. The beaches are not really the best place, so we camp out at this church. And one day the cop said, hey, is this guy bothering? Because there was this one crazy guy yelling, like, on the other side. He would always yell every night, but as long as you don't fucking bother me. So they're all like, you go on the other side of Monterey, it's ghetto as fuck. You're going, we're at the beach, nice artsy fartsy whatever thing, right? And like, They said, watch this guy, right? He goes, he's crazy. So after that, I said, fuck it. And I just went straight to the beach and camped out over there. So spent a couple weeks there. Went to Carmel and stuff. Didn't have a bike, so I was walking, but nice bike trails and shit. So I like Monterey. Had fun at the festival. The Jimi and Hendrix in person didn't impress me. There's probably about 10 of them, and it's not like. But just to see the remnants of the original bands that played there and stuff was really awesome. Security was nice. I wish I would have had a bike then. Fuck, we would have pounded that. But we walked, and walking's different because you really get more feel of the land in the community than riding your bike. Riding your bike you can too, but if you're hoofing it, yeah, you're really stuck in, a certain place. And, for you to move on, you gotta do a little trek. But I was a little shocked because where the fairgrounds were, on this side it was all nice, kind of artsy-fartsy, whatever. And that's, where I like to fuck off. But on this side, ghetto as fuck. No, I don't want to fuck off over there. It wasn't that far. Hey, Wolfgang, cheers. Oh, is that right? Hi-Res, Monterey County, right on. And we didn't go to the aquarium, right? Because I like that shit. Want to go to the aquarium. It was a little pricey. Couldn't do it. Carmel's beautiful. It's not all that, but if you had a bike, they got that 17-mile trail or loop or something, which I would love to do that. Right? Because Carmel is pretty. But we looked in their stores, and I'm like, let me build a vase. Put that in Carmel. Yeah, not for sale. Yes, a tropical storm. I think it's called Hillary. So it's 1,200 miles south. Not quite on the tip of Baja yet. So it's going to go through Baja. And, so they said that the water is cooler, so it's going to help, calm the storm. But there's going to be moisture. I believe parts of LA or Southern California will get some, wet weather. Here, it'll probably be a couple days, like 4 days or 5 days, but we'll get it too. But by that time, it'll be a tropical storm by the time it hits LA. And then here, I think Baja is really what you got to worry about because, it's a peninsula. So it could do some devastation down there. Yes, Clint Eastwood used to be the mayor of Carmel, right? Very smart. He's all like, right? He could have ran for president, right? He would have been the president if he would have ran for president. But he said, let me think, California, what cities are there? Well, let me think. How about we start with Carmel, right? Like, I could never really do that boogie board stuff. But we would go to San Onofre, which is like Oceanside. It's almost on the border of San Diego County. So you have Orange County, you have LA County, Orange County, and then San Diego County. And then you have Mexico. So it's almost to San Diego County, but I believe it's still Orange County. I could be wrong. So San Onofre's got like a half a mile of surfer beach. It's like, for certain, that's like the spot, right? But at the end of it, the waves do this weird thing, and all the boogie boarders, and they're like going, like, you know what I mean? Like extreme boogie boarding and stuff. And I remember seeing that down there. The best thing I like is, like, back then I could barely hold on to my surfboard. It was like I'm just trying to hold on to it. Right, so small Kenny would sit on it. But all the girls would smile at me. And then once you get done, right, there's all pro surfers and everyone's having, they're like, hey, come over, get something to eat. Like, yeah, hey. It was like, they don't do that in LA County. But so when I worked in the club scene in LA, Hollywood, Wonderland, it's like after work, I would go to my friend's place. He ran the Palace. Now it's called something else. I would drink my beer and hang out with these fuckers. Like, not at my job. I get one beer at my job. But if you know a movie star or a rock star or something, then you get to go to after-hour party or something. They do have after-hour parties. But no. I used to do photography, so I, take pictures at the clubs. Go-Go Girls, all this stuff. Go to Orange County, right? Hanging out at the club down there. It's like the whole club. Oh, we're going to have a party at someone's house. Like, the whole club the party gets shut down really quick. But whatever. It's not like LA. It's different. So everybody knows everybody. LA, it's kind of more the movie Hollywood prestige kind of whatever the fuck it is. But people party everywhere, just different. But I remember going because Orange County used to come to LA, or Hollywood all the time. Now it's changed. They all go to Vegas. But I'm sure I haven't been around Hollywood, but I'm sure there's still shit going on. So they dip into LA. But it was different. Like their club scene and the LA club scene. It's like, oh, that's right. That is, yeah, there's a nuclear plant down there. What beach is that? I like to float in the water because you see these nuclear stacks and shit. It's a trip. Oh, the waves are going to be big, huh? Because of the storm. Hey, Aaron, yes. That's right. So we looked up the gravel bikes today. They were a little expensive. They were like $2,500, $3,000. Like, we were thinking we could step it up to I think it's a mountain bike. It's called the it's not the Phantom. It's called the Fathom, right? I don't know what that means. What a Phantom bicycle. But it still costs, a little more. And the frame's a little different, which I really like the frame. Oh, I got the hiccups. So I want to do a little road trip, and I want to hug the coastline. Here, let's hear some music. So it was a trip. We went to this pot store right here, local, right? This guy had a Grateful Dead, like, sweatshirt, right? And we're, oh, that's so cool. And then he shows it to me. He's all like, Teton Gravity. That's what we're listening to. It's all good. We got it. High res. He has 10 speeds, and that, you know, we saw other bikes with, you know, different setups. I feel comfortable with this bike. It's kind of weird because the small is just a little too small. The mediums, it's like, I gotta call where I bought it and go exactly what kind is, because I don't know. I just said how much. We were gonna get the bottom line one, right? But then we were like, no, we'll get the one with disc brakes. So we stepped it up on that one. It's like best bike I've had. We had a Trek that Aldi gave me in Vegas, but someone stole it. I kept it in my vehicle, which I couldn't drive. And the people at the place, they left the door open. Someone stole my bicycle. It's a good thing I put my surfboard in there. And I was always, thank God no one took my surfboard. The bike I could replace. The surfboard, I don't think so. I mean, you could get a new one, but... So I'm a little excited. I'm supposed to, I cannot forget, I have to go get my money. I have to pull all my money out of the ATM. And then after work tomorrow, straight to the bike store. And then the guy's going to help me order a bike. Alright. Put down payment on it. But I do like the frame of the other bike, because whatever bike you have, a 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's the same frame on my bike. And then we looked at Treks, and sometimes Giant has the account and they make frames just for Trek. Parts are different. And like some of the things, like the brake things or something, it's from the Trek company, the bicycle company. So it's kind of a mixed match, but they're very competitive. Well, you know, when I went to Humboldt the past couple times, I want to go through my storage, but it takes a whole day. So, and then you want to go to the forest, you know, you want to see your friends, you know, you want to go out and eat, you got stuff to do, right? So, you know, day is not enough. By the time you get there, you got to turn back around and come back. And it's like, it's great, but it's just not enough time. So I think, what happened? Commercial? There's no commercials in the middle song.
I feel like at that point where I kind of need to open up my eyes and see what else there is to offer and see me. just fired up point of the day that I'll do for sure. Shaking and ready to go. The morning you're driving up, you go, oh, I started creating a list of places you want to go, lines you want to ski.
So my job is going to end soon. I want something to show for it. But I want to go to Humboldt. I don't know if Sean will drop me off. And then just drop me off. So I can find my way back. Alright, so I don't have to worry about a day or two. I could hang out and take my time and then do the trek through the forest again. Waddle on, right? Hey, Mario Yoshi. I'm dreaming about another road trip. Hey, Rosie. Oh, we gotta turn it down. Alright, hold on. Just give me a minute. Pretty good. How was yours?
Tiger.
How's it going? So I would like to kind of ride my bike, do a little road trip, and then catch a bus and come back and then find more work. Yeah, because we'll have a break, you know, unless something happens and got more work, but and then just go on a road trip, right? Because even working like this job, we were blessed because we got 2 days off. All the other, there's no 2 days off, and you know, it really helps with that extra day making a fair wage. But I love 2 days off, but that's not enough to really go out and do something. I mean, even if you have a motor, it's the same thing. By the time you get there, you set up, and then you get to enjoy it, but you still got to come back. We're like, fuck that, we want to be free for a minute. Well, the internet doesn't work in the forest or on the beach. They need 10G, so we're 2,000 late when it comes to that shit right now. But I should talk to Bianca because she knows how to do that stuff, and then I could learn how to video it, right? Video it and post it and stuff, because that's the only way you can really do it. So this one's mixed with the GMO and the bubblegum number 9 stuff. It's like, what happened to number 1? You would think bubblegum number 1 would be the shit. You mean you're on number 9 and you still haven't got it down? I mean, all right, voila. And I don't have a raft or a motor and stuff, but I'll have a decent bike. I actually want to get a new tent and a new sleeping bag, you know. Because I miss Buddy and I want to see him. So and then I could take my time, right? Like, I don't have to be a road camp still, but we'll go on in through the forest and whatever. Not like hurry, chop, chop, just to get through town. We'll be like up and down and around and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh, look. I think we could have a magic. So we'll work on my magic. So we have a little bit of California sunshine there for you. And then we're going to make the sun disappear like Houdini, right? And then we're going to make it reappear out of thin air. Yes, Buddy is my horse. I mean, I always say that. We would like to give Miss Jenna a hard time because that's what we say, but realistically, shit. I love Buddy because he loved me, right? Monkey and Gabby loved me, and Grandma Billy Goat and Mama Billy Goat, a couple other Billy Goats loved me. And Miss Janice, she said she loved me too. I don't know how come. I don't know what's wrong with her. No, yeah, he's not a farm horse, but he's got, you know, I don't know, an acre, maybe 2 acres of, you know, grazing land. Probably a good acre. Well, no, he's not a wild horse. Shit. Oh, can you hear the horn section playing? They're practicing over there. That's the thing. Buddy he's an old horse. He's like 16. It could be 18, but he's an old horse. So that's why we want to see Buddy, because he's getting up there in age. Buddy, he loved me. You know, he remembered me. And he don't care about Heinekens or carrots or apples or trees. He loved me. Right? The other ones, that's all they care about. Different. He remembered me. Right, and that's how you can tell, because he don't care about all that other stuff, right? And then all the other his friends, those are the one I got to bribe, and that's why they love me. Right? If it wasn't for Buddy, you wouldn't get anything. I'm just kidding. But you know, they all have their different personalities. Oh my God, we went to the fair, right? But we didn't have that much phone, so we turned it off so we could watch Loretta Lynn. It wasn't Loretta Lynn, but Loretta Lynn cover thing, right? With one of her original bands, right? The Coal Miners Band or something. Oh my God. So we went to the fair and we were petting all these different kinds of billy goats, and we're talking a bunch of crap. Look at your ears, look at your thing, look at what happened to your face, right? So no horns, like what happened, right? Like, so then we went to the other part because we were looking for horses, but there were no horses because only on the weekends. But these ladies are giving bath to the billy goats and stuff. There was this weird little pygmy billy goat that like round, like, what you be eating? Like, oh my God, that little billy goat loved me, and he just kept rubbing up against me and like just wanted attention, right? We were like, remind me of Tiger. I said, my cats don't even like, not 1% of the love you give me. And the billy goat, he loved me. Right? Act like a dog or some weird shit. And like, I know if you lived with it and he'd never leave you alone, probably drive you nuts. But right? Oh look, there's a feather floating. Can you see it? Did you see the feather floating? It landed right on the table. It's right here. I'm not sure what kind it is. I'm going to put it in my table. We kind of slacked on that one because we were watching it, but usually I like to catch them. Well, it's Miss Jenna's horse, right? So I just always say it's my horse because he loved me, right? He's my best friend. And the horse, he's so funny. He loved Heinekens, right? And then he licked me like a dog. Like, buddy, gross. Covered in horse spit. Like, that's what I want, right? But that we do. And then he put a butt in front of me, right? Like, I'm trying to leave, buddy. He, like, cut me off at the bed, and he won't let me leave. He's standing in the way. Right? Like, he loved me. So we spoil them. We get them apples and carrots, and then we can get Heinekens. Or we're not supposed to say that, but whatever. And his friends do too. Got special sauce. Got to mix it in. Mister, yeah, I didn't really watch that. All right, new round. Cheers. We're still smoking, so we got a little bit of a salad here. Okay, so we got to concentrate. We're making the sun do a Houdini, right? And you're probably going to have to wait for 15-20 minutes. Then we're going to try to make it reappear. Right. Peppy Longstocking? Yeah, those, I like shows that are like, I don't know if campy is the right word, but they're animated and they're, I don't know, they're so different. That's why I like watching all them weird bootleg B movies. And I have to water the sunflower. I forgot for 2 days. So we're going to water the sunflower. Yeah, in those cities and towns, you have to go to the coffee shop or something to get internet. There's no internet outside of town. My internet was so spotty when I would camp out at the beach at, oh fuck, what place was that called? Well, I forget, but it's right there in Humboldt. And I would camp out on the beach. So it's basically right next to the Mad River. So the Mad River, right, it comes down from the mountains and then it hits the coastline. But it's kind of weird. The Eel River goes north too. That's in Mendocino County. But the Mad River, it stops about a quarter mile before the ocean, right? And then it turns and it goes up north. Like, it's a good amount of water. It goes up north for 5 miles. Like, when I had my raft, I would be in the mountains or on this side, right? And then get on my raft and go to a dune. The dune is just not even a quarter mile. It's just a dune. Like a peninsula, like Baja California. It goes for 5 miles. And then it goes into the ocean. Isn't that just weird? Because we'd be in the seals. They would swim 5 miles up the river. Lots of seals. I don't know how far they go. But I would be scared to death because my ducks, I'm like, oh, they're going to eat my ducks. They better not eat my... But they never bother my ducks. And then you have these things, I'm not sure what they're called, estuaries or something, where the fresh water comes into the ocean. Right? From the streams or the river and stuff. And it's really beautiful. I like it because it's always green. Like in the summertime, it's always green. It's like, it's not a rainforest, but it's kind of like a rainforest. But now with the climate change and stuff, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, so I believe they're going to have a volleyball championship or something in Manhattan Beach, and that's one of my favorite places to waddle on my surfboard because there's dolphins every day at Manhattan Beach. And they said anyone could join, so I believe, I'm not sure, I think it's 2 people. You could join and play against the pros. If you're good enough, then you move on to the next round, which I think is tomorrow. So it's volleyball, AVP, or so, I don't know what it means, but like professional volleyball players, right? I think it's going on in Manhattan Beach. But I think it was so cool because on the news, they said anyone could sign up and you play today, and if you're good enough, then you move on to the next round and you get to step it up like you're with, and say, hey, are you a professional volleyball player? Right? We're going to destroy you or something, right? And then like you have the opportunity. Oh my God, we would go to Orange County. I'm telling you, the surfer girls, they're pretty everywhere, but I'm telling you, Orange County, right? But they got volleyball players. They look like professional volleyball players. All the girls are healthy and pretty, and you know they're rich just to be there, live there. Like, what are you guys doing? Are you on tour? Like, professional, like, gorgeous, but like, kick your ass. Like, let's see you get on the volleyball court. See, right? A fun game, right? Love volleyball because it's so much fun. Here in Santa Rosa, when I used to work at the other place, I would go to that park. I don't know what it's called, Southwest Park or something, and drink some beers and just hang out. Oh my God, so they got this one family, right? And it goes there like, you know, on the weekend or something. So we'll be riding by. I don't know how many people are allowed on the volleyball court, but it is funny as shit. They got 10 people on this side and another 10 people on that side. Like, more people that's supposed to be in the volleyball court. And they're having barbecues and partying like these guys over here. Hey, crack me up. But Orange County, you look at those volleyball girls, you're going to melt. You're going to go, oh my goodness. Right, Mama Crow? All right, we're out there, sunshine. Give me a minute. Abracadabra. But Manhattan Beach is my favorite because there's dolphins every day. And sometimes they come up right next to you. Right? I've seen a sand crab. The sand crab, he looked like a dinosaur or a monster or something, right? And he swim funny. He go zigzag or some shit, right? A trip. Like a ray. And then, oh my God. So let's just say the waves were 5 to 8 feet, right? We've seen this dolphin surf this wave. He's inside the wave. The sun is, because I surf at sundown or waddle, right? Professional, go first thing in the morning. I go at sundown, nighttime, whatever. You could see the silhouette of the dolphin inside the wave. It was like unreal. And okay, the dolphin, he going 100 times faster than I could ride my bicycle. Like so fast in that wave. It was like amazing. They do that. They surf inside the waves. Mom Crow. Can you hear the horn section? So we got some clouds, but hopefully it'll break through. So I'm a little excited. I don't have much passion in life, but I think if I get some incentive, we'll have to find it. Right? And then I don't want to buy any accessories at Trek or REI or something. Right? If anything, I'm going to go Specialized or another local bike store. Right. But this one, I don't know them. I went in there one time, kid, whatever, hole in the wall. Mike's bike reminds me of kind of like a Moms and Pops bike store, but a real bike store. So it's like in the middle. It's not just pro like NorCal, which is like, okay, right? But that's my new bike store. Because if I bring it in there and I got a flat tire, I'm going to make sure that it's going to come out and no worries. I was wrecked. I went to REI. I didn't want to go because I had not a gift card, but the money you spend, because it got membership, they give you a certain amount of money back. So for 2 years, whatever, the first year was $14 or something, right? The second one was 40 something. So it was $50 or something, right? And I'm like, fuck you. You keep it. I don't want your membership. It's not worth fucking dick. Right? But Mike, my friend Mike, he said, oh, REI, let's go REI. So I said, fuck it. I want to use my money, right? Maybe I need new eyeballs from a bicycle. So it was pretty good. So my eyeballs cost $75. So I only had to spend $30 or something. But they're like $80 eyeballs. So I don't know what the math equals. So we used my gift card. And then on the light stopped working. Right? So the light stopped working. We took it back to REI. We talked to the bike manager, and he was really nice. I was really nice, believe it or not. I didn't act funny or any, what is that, hold a grudge or something. But yeah, you suck. Right? And then we're all like, so he walked me through the thing. He said, we don't have another one. So we went to the display, and I said, just give me that display. Like, I don't give a shit. Usually we walk around that store with the beer in my hand and just like look at all the stuff and dream about a raft and stuff like that, right? So I miss that. But we're all like, so they said that they'll replace it or whatever. They said it's going to take a minute, so whatever. Instead of drinking my beer and waddling through the store, we said, fuck that. We went outside and drank my beer, fucking parking lot. I'm not spending my money there. And then we came back, and it was the other manager, and he said, well, there was nothing wrong with the light. He said you got to hold it down for 10 seconds or some shit, right? Because it's got some kind of child-proof thing where, okay, I'm not 3 years old or some shit. So he said, oh, you just hold it down for 10 seconds, and then voila, it wakes up and it comes alive. And we're like, oh, well, thank you very, very much. And he's all like, well, that's what we're here for. You mean when I brought my bike in twice and, like, have to come back the next day and go, well, that'd be like $15 more. Fuck that. We're going to go to Specialized, pay all the money up front, and it's going to be on the money. It's like, is that what you do? So I can walk around with a beer and spend my money in your store? You corporate cocksuckers. Go to the local bike store and kick your ass. Mama Crow, look at all my crows. We got so many Mama Crows. And then we went to Trek, right? And we were like, oh, we're not going to... But I needed a Heineken holder. So they're nice too. I get to park it with the beer, right? And I'm all like, well, shit, I need a Heineken holder, right? And he's all, well, I have to go in the back because we don't really have any. And he goes, well, it's a different color. I said, fine, sold. And we're really nice. And so that was cool. Alright. Oh, shoot, we can't hear any music. Alright, hold on. Like poetry in motion. But we can edit. Mom comes tiger. Mama crow. I have to water my sunflower. Oh, look at all my crows. We're waiting for my magic trick to reappear. Oh, you can't see them. You gotta zoom in. Oh, they all disappeared. Okay, let's focus on the trick. Oh, don't look at me. Alright, we're waiting for Val Sunshine. Oh, I used to like that when I was young. Flipper, we would like that because we love dolphins. One time I was with my friend, right? And he's all like, this ain't a dolphin. Like, he's more of a real surfer, right? He said, this is a shark. I seen the fin, but to me, like, I didn't really pay attention. And he's all, I swear it was a shark. And so what? Like, and he was kind of like a shark, right? Like, but the shark, he liked us. He said he was a smart shark, right? Because sharks, they might think, I don't know if it's the color of your surfboard or the wetsuit, but they think you're a seal. We got lots of sharks here too, all different kinds. But up north, once you go past Santa Barbara, so Santa Barbara is basically the thing, because that's where all the seals are. So they love to eat seals, right? Down here, they're here, but they don't really, I don't think they're not like hunting. But smart shark, because he said no, humans taste like shit, right? Because the shark, he don't even eat them. He spit them out. Like, right? He's like, no, he could eat every fish in the ocean. But when it comes to humans, he's all like, yuck. Right? He's like, oops, my bad, right? And then the poor thing, he gotta go find something to eat to get the taste of human out of his mouth. He was a little freaked out. No, I swear it's a shark. Okay. Mom, cry. Dive bomb, dive bomb. I like it when they dive bomb. So the horn section took a time out. Oh no, you can still hear him. But that's the one thing I remember about Manhattan, because we would, for some reason, my friend Pollywog, he would like to go to Manhattan. So we'd go to Manhattan a lot. And I shit you not, dolphins every day. Right? Took me, I don't know, a year or two to see a dolphin in Venice or something. For some reason they like that spot. Oh, where is our sunshine? Well, it looks like my magic trick is fizzling. Right? If you surf there every day, you can make friends and you can pet the dolphin. Hey! How's it going? Right? Because sometimes they come close. Like, oh my God, I swear to God, one of the best visual, the dolphin, he's surfing inside the wave. Right? Like, I don't know how fast Superman could fly, but the dolphin, he could swim in that wave. Like, pound it. Unreal. So I can't bring my surfboard. I'm going to invent something, right? Maybe, no. I don't know if you could do it on a motorcycle, because the surfboard's pretty big. Oh my God, one time, like, I didn't know how to put my surfboard in my truck, right? So I tried to strap it down in my truck. Driving down to Chico. My surfboard, it flew out of my truck, right? And there's a car behind me. And it was like, thank God it didn't hit that car, right? But it just, now I know better, right? And then had to park my truck and then hike down the fucking hill. Find my surfboard. I actually rode my bike on that road. I thought it was all downhill. No, it wasn't downhill. There was some uphills. You go down and you go up, and like had to walk it too. Yeah, and then destroyed the bike. But some parts on the cliff, like just a highway, you're on the edge. Yeah, it's a good drop. I missed the Redwood Forest. I think I did pretty good making it up to the first fire road that goes turns or whatever. But if I have to walk it, I don't care. Like, walk it. And, you know, the mountains are a trip because we go up different trails in Humboldt, right? We went up this one trail and we're cruising. We're probably a couple miles in, right? And don't know where I am. There's no internet. A couple people around. So finally I go, hey, is this road going to take me back to town? Because I'm thinking there's a loop or some shit. He said, well, no, this is going to take you out. And you, He said, you better go back. And that's what I did. I turned around and go back. But let's just say I didn't see him. I'd still be lost in that forest. Right? We go, there's got to be a loop. Like, he said, no, no loop. Have I ever worked for the fair? Well, I don't know, but I got paid. Yeah. So we went to the Humboldt County Fair on my road trip, believe it or not. Right? We camped out in the parking lot, and first day it wasn't too pretty because it was a small fair. But my storage lady said I didn't pay my bill, but I gave her the money. And so we were yelling on the phone. And then the cops said, you can't bring your own beer, get the fuck out of here. So whatever, camped out, went back to their state. But 10 years ago, oh my God, I had my truck and my ducks and shit, right? So we're in the fair. We go to the back and we're like, meet some people, we're volunteering, right? We're picking up horse shit and shit. And a bunch of Mexicans don't even speak English. Right? Party, like whatever, right? Get good money, right? So meet the trainer and stuff, and just picking up horse shit. I think if there's anything in life, that's the one thing I qualify for. I can walk your dog, I can pick up horse shit. That might be about it. Oh my God, we slept in the horse stall. The horse stall got like a foot or something of hay, right? So slept in the horse stall so comfortable, and my ducks are with me, right? With my ducks, right? So anyways, my dumb ass ride around the fair like I own it, right? So I'm riding my bike all over, like whatever. These motherfuckers say, hey cocksucker, come over here, what are you doing? Like what? He pulled out a bat. He said, what are you doing? Like, I said, not like I have a job, but picking up horse shit right around the fair. He said, you need a California State Horse Racing Association license, right? Took me to the office and shit and said, well, you got to fill out this application and shit, right? Because they got a special law enforcement that goes state to state, like a state ranger, because of the gambling. Right, so they got their own special law enforcement, right? Luckily, the trainer was like, vouch for me, because you need a trainer before you even get to fill out the application. Right? So anyways, the fair closed down, right? We're going to break down the fair. We're like, go talk to the carnies and like, okay, we'll break down the fair. I smashed my hand too. Anyways, so we're thinking we're going to make minimum wage. I don't know what minimum wage at this time is, but we didn't make minimum wage. When we went to get paid, they said $45 for a day's work, break it down. And I know better. I'm not going to argue. Just pay me. Desperate. I need the money. But I'm thinking minimum wage. Right? Well, not when it comes to this kind of stuff. Break down $4 or $5. Right? Doesn't matter how long it takes. Oh, fuck. So anyways, they have the Humboldt County State Fair in Ferndale, which I love this town. Ferndale, California, right? So, my truck breaks down. You know. So we take it to Tipple Motors. I believe it's Tipple Motors. And we're all like, well, shit. Just fix it. We'll get you the money. It took, I don't know, 3-4 days, almost a week. So it took a couple days for them to order the parts and fix it or whatever. But anyways, the people from the fair are walking around town and shit. So the Mexicans, the cops said, oh, you don't want to be hanging out with these guys. These guys are trouble. Right? Because partying and like fucking around and shit. I don't care. I'm sleeping in the horse stall picking up horse shit with my ducks. That's all I give a shit about. We met the person. He's the judge for all the birds and shit. Right? Because the Chinese duck got a blue ribbon. A Chinese duck. Like, who cares if it's there? My duck's been around, right? He said, so he pulled out his book. He's all like, well, your duck's a very good looking duck, but it's not like whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here. My duck's been around, fool. Yo, Chinese duck, blue ribbon, living in his cage his whole life. Shit, we would take the farm ducks out. So you can't spend your whole life on the farm. So anyways, truck broke down, sleeping in my truck. Thank God Tipple Motors was so nice to say, yeah, it's okay, you can sleep in your truck, right? So the guys from the fair, the Mexicans that don't even speak English, you know, make a decent, like, good money or whatever, right? Because horse people, whatever. Buy me something to eat, buy me some beer and stuff. When we saw the carnies walking down the street, it was the saddest thing ever. Because they didn't have a 6-pack of Coors Light or whatever it was. Like, we worked at other festivals where they have super dank beer, like IPAs and all kinds. It was sad as fuck. It was like, go figure. And poor guys can't even smile. And you work that hard? You used to travel, but shit. So we got to see all the horses, right? We picked out the championship race horses, right? The championship racehorse, he loved me like Buddy, the Bilgo or something. He rubbed his head all like, and then all the horse people were a little weird. They're a little more like, you know, but everyone put up, but there was this one stall where they bite you. I think they abuse them horses or something. But the horse mean. Like, that horse is gonna bite you. But all the other horses love me. We pick out the championship racehorse. Right? That was like the best of times. That's why I love Humboldt. And then Ferndale's a beautiful little town. We kind of fucked off when I hung out at the Freemason thing. But the cemetery's right down the street. This girl got a giant bicycle. My bicycle, like, I'm waddling, like, hoofing it and shit. Oh my God, we wanted to chase her down so bad. But more professional. Right? But same bike. Go to the cemetery. Beautiful town. We even met the officer that said, you gotta leave the fair, right? We were at the liquor store, buy a hike and stuff, like, hey, how's it going? What kind of bike is that, right? Like, friends and shit. We went back the next day, and we're just giving them shit. So we said, hey, remember me? Yeah, you remember me, right? Said, this guy's drinking a beer in the parking lot. And yesterday you said, hey, you can't be like, what? How come you're not giving him a hard time, right? So the cops, they're all like, well, if you would like to make a complaint or something, like, I'm like, I'm not going to make a complaint. It's a fair, right? And they all started laughing, right? So the other guy, he got a beach cruiser. He a cop, right? He's all like, look at, like, he didn't say that, but I saw his bike. And I'm like, wait, what kind of bike? He said, oh, and then started talking. Oh, this one's custom made from this thing in Long Beach or so. I was like, and he's all like, well, I'm not into whatever, right? But we were getting along. It was so funny. It was great. Because we were friends for a minute. And even the other cop, he was a good cop. But anyways, the moral of the story, my storage lady who gave me a hard time that day and my mental health capacity just melted down and acted like a wingnut. The village idiot got thrown out of the fair. So I don't know how long it was later. She said, oh no, we got paid. We have your money, right? Because I'm from this. I told her, I don't care if it's your family. You need some cameras. You need to check who's tilting the tap because it ain't me. She's all, oh, I'm sorry. We got you. How much money do you make? You need another accountant? You better get it together, lady, because shit. Stress. I'm a stress box as it is. That's the last thing I need is more. And at first it was funny because I was like, you know what, I'll just pay you again. I don't have time to deal with this shit. And then when we were at the fair, I was thinking, I was like, no, I already paid. There's no way I'm going to pay you again. That's what they do sometimes. They go, well, let's just see. Might be easier just to pay him again. But no. Fucking rat race. So the second day we made friends, got to see some horses and shit. Oh, I'll tell you another story. When I was a kid, right? So they used to have a Harley Davidson, like, little carnival come through town. I'm from Echo Park, so this is Echo Park, California, right? Harley Davidson carnival coming into town. The guy who runs it, his name is Dynamite, right? I'm a little kid, but I'm still, for whatever reason, it's too late. You can't do anything, right? Because it's like 30 years ago. But I would go on the beer runs, right? So he'd give me money and I'd go get him some beer at the fucking liquor store. He let me ride all the rides and shit, let me keep the change and shit. I'll be riding those rides and shit, and all the change fall out of my pocket. Shit. So I had a job early when I was a kid, right? Working for Harley Davidson Carnival. And Dynamite, he looked after me. He said, kid, go get me some beer. And so we go on beer run, right? Come back, keep change and stuff, ride all the rides for free and shit. Fuck, I was so young then. I was chasing the pussy around, but I didn't know what pussy was. Yeah, that's how young I was. Like, beer run, like, I didn't know where to get anything else, but we could get you some beer. That's what we should have did. We should have been a drug runner in Hollywood for some movie star or something. I grew up in the city, so we knew a crew of bike messengers, and they just do their job, but they're also slinging shit to all these corporate fucks. Like, whatever it is that you want. Is Lisa K in here? Lisa V? Zombie Nation said he got 80. I did 86 of them. Lisa K, I'm so sorry. Pepsi. Where's go-to Pepsi? Right? Do you remember Chad Robocop? Ceramic. Right? MR. Oh, be careful. Be nice. Don't act like me. Music is the answer. So this guy, Robbie Robinson, he's very popular. And they've given him a proper dedication. I haven't really listened to his stuff. I played Up on Cripple Creek or something one time. And then I played The Wait a couple times. But he played for Bob Dylan. And then he also wrote, co-wrote, because he was a songwriter, with other artists. So... But we don't really listen to rock and roll radio. We should. I have a DeWalt radio, right? We should plug it in. See what, we have Alice Cooper here that DJs for the rock and roll station. When we were in Vegas, it was Steve Harvey. I like Humboldt because they're more into bluegrass and hippie dippy, so you get bluegrass country. Not like pop country, like bluegrass. And then you get outlaw country and stuff like that too. Here we get the Taylor Swift kind of country stuff. But we don't really listen to the radio enough, but we should. So Canada's on fire. And it's been a month or two since, people were complaining in America, oh, the smoke, right? You're not on fire, cock. Have you been paying attention to what happened in Hawaii? So it's still on fire a month later or some shit. Are you kidding me? It's a beautiful forest. The forest... I didn't grow up, but I live there. And it's a different kind of forest than the redwood forest. But you have a good amount of pine trees. Let's just say 10 and some of them are really as thick and tall and old as redwoods. Oh my God, this one guy we worked with, he shot this tree down, right? So shotgun, just shoot the tree. The poor thing fell over, right? So we went over there, and we counted the rings on it. That thing was, older than me. Like a baby, kind of something. Compared to the other ones, It looked like a sequoia. Yeah. And here in California, because it gets warmer, we have more bark beetle infestation where, you know, so things dry out. Even the water, like people up north, the Klamath River, you know, we always have salmon. They're going, well, the salmon thing isn't like what was back there or something, because the warmers get in water and then the algae or they get parasites or something. Mother Nature's a trip. And I was like, I don't know. But I knew when I was in Humboldt, salmon every day. You go to a powwow, you get a free meal. Yeah. And there's no drums. Right? They use rattle, like totally whole different kind of vibe. Oh, Lisa B, live in a college town? Me, I like USC football, right? But me, I'm more UCLA because I know that college because that's where I ride my bike around, right? It's a safe place in Westwood, right? Yeah, safe zone. We worked all up around it on the other side of the hill. Down on the streets, yeah, so we know it. So we're more UCLA. Lived in Chico. Chico's a beautiful college town. I like to go through the colleges because they have the thing with the plants. Like usually colleges, they have some kind of thing where got a bunch of plants. So we like to do that, and the architecture is beautiful. Like we went to Humboldt, we dipped around Humboldt County, or the college. It was pretty big, pretty cool. You know, before we had issues, and we like, But location is really nice. I like the architecture. We've been to here, the junior college and stuff. Chico is a beautiful town because I like it because you don't hear horns honk. Like I'm from the city, so same thing here. Like, you know, Chico is more where they're courteous. You'll be at the thing and you go, oh no, I'll go. Okay, like someone go, right? Like, yeah, a little slower pace. But it gets hot. Everyone's got pools. We used to go to Has Beans. That was the original hippy dippy coffee bar, Has Beans. Oh, it's dark, yeah. So we're on the West Coast. The other day, all the clouds turned pink. It was gorgeous. We didn't really film it until the end because a couple minutes later, all gray. But it lightened up. Yes, and they have a pool in the, I don't know if it's not Bidwell Creek. So the creek goes through the thing. You got a nice little park where, you know, there's water. But then they have a pool built into the creek. Right? It's not a river, it's a creek. So they got like, it's an Olympic-sized pool, but they built it so the creek turns into the pool, and they got a little dam. So you could go hang out there. And then they got different part of Bidwell on the other side. You got rocks you could climb and stuff, and then you got Forest Ranch or something up the hill. I lived at the bottom of Lassen. Tarantulas, we love those things, right? Because we roamed around Arizona. In Arizona, scorpions, rattlesnakes, tarantulas, millipedes, javelinas. People got cows and stuff, but I've never seen any wild horses over there, but I'm sure. So basically, Sedona, right? Oh my God, tarantulas, you could catch them every day. Scorpions, you're going to catch more than one every day. You got to get a glass, catch the scorpion, put it outside, right? The tarantula, you find them outside. They're roaming around, just walking around, and they're like big spiders, right? Pick them up. They're just like, I don't know what they eat. We've never fed them, but play with them for a little bit. Let them back down. You catch them all the time. And they had these weird dinosaur insects. It was like about a foot long, but it roll up like a millipede or something. Catch a lot of those. And you got these baby pigs, right? And you think California has rattlesnakes? Oh my God, we would walk up that hill. You know how crickets sound? Like we had one cricket or a couple crickets, like. But let's just say you have a million crickets, and it all sounds like one cricket. It's just like shh. They got rattlesnakes like that. The whole hill, it sounds like electricity. We never really paid attention. But we would hear them. We would pay attention, but it's like it sound like a million rattlesnakes, but all talking like one rattlesnake or some weird shit. You're close to Cleveland, Pittsburgh. See, I don't know that town at all. I watch the news, so it sounds like a scary place to me. Cleveland, right? Cleveland Rocks. What was that show? Do you remember? At first I was a little scared, but you know, tarantulas, they sell them in the pet stores and stuff, and then we were like, nah, it might look a little intimidating, so like, see, but wild, right? Like not pet store one. You just walk around, like make friends. Drew Carey, yes, Drew Carey, right? That's right. That's Ghost, I think. He's over there. I think the baby varmints are going to wake up. Tiger's been hanging around. Tiger. Can you see him? Oh, he's over here. Trick didn't work out. You got to wait for part 2 tomorrow. So Tiger's over here. Look at Tiger. Mama Crow. I don't really get out much. Yeah. I did all that stuff when I was younger. I actually worked at clubs and stuff. So host The Price is Right. What? Oh, The Price is Right. That was with, what's his name? Who was the original person? Because CBS, Price is Right. It's on Fairfax and Third. Is it Third? No, it's not Third. It's Fairfax and First. Well, whatever. CBS Studios, right? Was it The Price? Bob Barker? Bob Barker? Yes. So, I grew up in that pit, right? So, all my friends are actors, so doing extra work and shit, right? But if you can't get a job or a day's work, like, I just want to eat. I don't give a fuck about union and shit, right? Bob Barker, audience work, you get paid for a couple hours. Clap, like, in the audience, right? But it's just enough to get something to eat or whatever. Just to barely function, right? That one, The Price is Right, Bob Barker, people would camp out on the sidewalk. I'd be riding my bike around and, like, there's a line down the block on the sidewalk for The Price is Right, Bob Barker. This ain't Hippy Dippyville. Where do you guys come from? And there's a line around, like, camping out, like, for a Star Wars movie or some shit. But, like, every day. Like, I'm trying to get a job or work or something. Bob Barker, what? How could what? Give me a job, right? You can't do audience work at that one. But we've been to that studio, like, different shows and stuff. I like it because it got a big eyeball. And it's in a Hebrew kind of neighborhood, right? So it's predominantly Jewish. But it got this eyeball. Like, the CBS eyeball, right? Fucking love it. Oh, you do? That's a really good one. And he was getting old and kind of a little saddle slipping and stuff. But I think he went out with a bang because, like Vanna White, like Vegas, they got casinos, Wheel of Fortune. Those are the ones you want, right? Like, but people would literally camp outside on the sidewalk of CBS Studios to get inside and be part of the audience for The Price is Right. Just to see Bob Barker or whatever it is. Trip. Right? Life's a trip. But not just like one time when Star Wars comes out with a new, like, on a daily basis. Right? A trip. Are you hungry? Where's your friends? Where's Baby Socks? These guys are crazy, like straight down. I tried to go on the medium trail. I don't know how many times I ate it. Like pissing trail. I'm trying to go skiing or snowboarding one. But you have an extreme trail. Fuck it. I got a new bike. We don't care. Right? Uh-huh. We took the Pussy Trail on the mountain down, right? It's the same thing. Sometimes you get on a ridge or edge and you look down that way. Yeah, you better not go that way.
Let's get Rick and Morty. Good times. Good times.
Okay, who's your favorite actor? Okay, let's try to communicate. So, what are your favorite actors? Lisa? Adam Sandler, right? Like, I need a kid's hockey stick, right? A real professional, too big, but I could do it on the green. You think Happy Gilmore? Because I had one, right? And I could do it on the green. So I practice. I got drunk. I destroyed it somehow. I don't know how you can break a hockey stick. But we can Happy Gilmore it.